Fortnite Season 3 is here with a ton of brand new updates. From raptor riding, mudsliding, map updating, brand new weapons, plants, and so much more. Let's dive right into it. Let's first take a look here at the map updates or changes. We have 3 brand new named POIs, starting with the largest, which is Rumble Ruins. Is a massive temple with many different secrets to find inside. Moving on up north to Creaky Compound. It's more of a research facility with a pretty impressive waterfall to back it up. And then finally, moving up even further north, we have Shady Stilts. It's a bunch of different houses in a village style location. This might be my favorite at the moment of the 3 brand new named POIs, but there's a ton more to discover and find in the jungle biome, including some secret doors and hidden temples where you can find some extra loot. There may be no specific movement items like the kinetic blade or the shockwave hammer, but we do have rideable raptors. Also, boar and wolves are all back in the game, so you can also ride them. But at least in zero build, this puts an emphasis on your positioning. You have to be a little bit more aware of your surroundings and be aware of where the circle's going, because you can't be caught out in that circle because there's no movement items. We have a ton of brand new weapons this season. We have the thermal DMR, which at the moment is a very heavily keyboard and mouse type weapon. If you have a controller, you can definitely still use this and do some damage with it, but as for mid to long ranges, the red eye is the way to go. But we'll get into the red eye a little bit later. We have the flapjack rifle, which I think is pretty good for medium ranges. Further distances, it has a little bit too much recoil to handle. And then close up, there's just something a little off with the bullet velocity. It feels just a little bit slower than any other AR in the game, so just be aware of that. The brand new kinetic weapon for this season is the kinetic boomerang. It doesn't do the most damage in the world, but it's definitely a ton of fun to use as it's different than any other weapon in the game. And did you know you can actually blow it up whenever you wanted to by hitting L2 or whatever your aim button is in the game? And then lastly, for the weaponry, we have the Cybertron Cannon. Now this thing, whether you're playing zero build or build, this is an amazing weapon to have just to get those rats out of their buildings, or if they're head glitching a certain area, you can shoot it next to them and blow them up just to cause some damage, have them go into panic, and then you can push in. And there's also the Wild Wasp Jar. You'll be able to pick these up off the ground if the enemy does have it, but I don't think you can find them on the ground any other time. You have to get the brand new augment that gives you Wild Wasp Jars, and you'll get an extra jar for every time you eliminate an opponent. And these are actually also pretty good for the same reason that Cybertron Cannon's pretty good. You get the enemies moving, get them out of their camping or hiding spots, and do a little bit of extra damage. We have some returning weapons that have been unvaulted, the drum shotgun being one, and there's also a mythic version of the drum shotgun that can be found on the Rifted In POI, or the floating island that you'll see starting in Circle 4. Really happy they brought this one back. I having a ton of fun using it, but is it the best shotgun in the game at the moment? You let me know down below in the comments. We also have the Combat SMG returning. I really like this SMG. It does have a bit more recoil than the Twin Mag. The Twin Mag shot pretty much straight, no recoil at all. This one does have a little bit, but it does still pack that punch. Now before we get off the weapons here, I do want to say the red eye is still in the game. However, I think this is a bad move. Now hold up. Just listen, hear me out. The red eye is definitely hands down the best gun in the game, that's no question. Mid to long ranges and even some closer ranges, the red eye just can't be beat out. And I think with that being the case, it does disrupt or interrupt the flow of the game just a bit. Now I think in build mode, this might work out just fine, as you can build some cover and hide away from the shots. However, in zero build, if you're not in the jungle, which the jungle is pretty covered, but if you're anywhere else on the map, if you get caught out in the open, you're probably gonna die instantly from the red eye. This gun's just a little bit too easy to use and drops the enemy a little bit too fast. So for the sake of the flow of the game, I think it should be removed, balancing things out because you do have a thermal DMR and a heavy sniper in the game for those longer ranges. But those two aren't quite as overpowered as the red eye. If you disagree or agree, let me know down below in the comments what you think about the red eye staying in Season 3. We have a brand new mechanic here that is located only in the jungle climate, and that is the mud. If you run through the mud, you can gain extra speed while sliding, and let me tell you, it is pretty fast. And the mud stays on for quite a while, so you can make your distance outside of the jungle if you want to with the mudslides. Also, side note on the sliding, I think there's been an update to the movement mechanic here on the slide. It feels like you slide a little bit quicker, and your character drops down into the slide animation just a little bit faster. We also have grind vines, so not only in major areas across the map do we have grind rails, now in the jungle we have grind rails, where again, I think there's a great movement opportunity where we don't need a movement item like the kinetic blade, since we do have grind vines and grind rails throughout the map. And don't forget to look up while you're in the jungle, because people can be hiding up in those pesky canopies. But be careful, because if you fall, you're dead. There's also 3 brand new plants or flowers found in the jungle biome. You have the bomb flower, which you can actually shoot, hit, or slide into to push toward your enemies, and it'll blow up, causing damage to the surrounding area. A stink flower that unleashes toxic gas to nearby enemies. And then if you find a blue plant or flower, make sure you go up to it and hit it. It'll give you 25 health. Then there's also a hop flower that works similar to the bounce mushrooms back in chapter 3. However, I think the hop flowers bounce you way higher. And then there is a ton of brand new augments into the game. We have Primal Companion, Wild Wasp weaponry, sprint lines, shell slide, swift shotgun reload, reckless rifle reload, medium ammo required, and then there are a ton of returning augments from last season. The bounty board has come back in a brand new way, now called the job board. You'll be given a choice of 3 different jobs that you can pick from, and one of which is the bounty. And then of course, we got a ton of brand new skins, including the brand new battle pass. If you guys want to check out the battle pass, I do have a video linked down below in the description. You can check out my Fortnite playlist for the battle pass and any other Fortnite video I have here on the channel. But in the shop, they also have the Optimus Primal skin. This skin is actually really cool, and the emote with it is insane. So guys, if you're going to be checking out the battle pass or any item in the item shop, make sure popping in code PYTASH to support me here on the channel. But let me know down below in the comments how you guys are liking chapter 4 season 3 so far. If you guys are liking it, let me know. If you guys aren't liking it, let me know why. But hopefully you did enjoy this one. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, jump bell for notifications, and I'll catch you guys next time.
To the jungle! To the vine! Takes longer to reboot, I think.
You're just usually on the opposite end here.
You're rude.
Give item? What? What? There's a secret room? I gotta give another item? Too low quality. You just took it! Oh, buddy, what are you doing? Get out of here with that, man.